This is Notability. I use this every day of my life. So, about 2 years ago, I purchased myself an iPad Pro with the pen at the end of the year, and I downloaded Notability. I'll put a link in Teachable for you, but I love Notability because I'm an old school person. I like paper and pen. So, having digital planners never really worked for me. So, this was the cross between digital and what I deem as old school. So I have my templates over here. So in my template, I have an affirmation guide. This is my marketing checklist. So after I get a listing, I'll go to a coffee shop or my office and I'll sit down and I'll just check. Yes, we need a daytime shoot. No, we don't need social media graphics. So this is an exhaustive list of everything that my marketing team offers to me. And then these little notes that I made down here is Summit Sotheby's in Park City, Utah. Our transaction managers help us with a lot of things on the back end. So their initial email will ask for me what title company, escrow, HOA, these things. So I fill this out and then I just email it to my TC. I always have my life list here, my Ninja 9. I'll go through if I'm having, those mornings that you don't really want to get started. A checklist always helps me. So I'll go through and say, okay, I at least need to do these things. And that's another checklist. That's just an old one. Also, my affirmations. Instead of doing it on a piece of paper, I do it here. What I love about Notability is you can create anything and make it a template. So I just wrote date, my 3 gratitudes, and my affirmations, and there's just 24 of them. Then I added windshield time. So every day I pick 4 of people in my SOI that I will call in the car. I don't listen to music in the car, and if I am listening to anything, it will be like an audiobook, either something professional or something personal, or I'm on the phone. And then I make sure to call to like referral agents. This just helps me keep track of what I'm doing. But I'll just make a copy of that and I'll put it in my Ninja Daily. So this is my gratitudes. Obviously didn't do real well with this. There's some months that I do really, really well. This is my hot and warm list. So I have whiteboards in my home and my office that has everything, but I realize that when I'm at a conference or I'm traveling or I have 15 minutes because I arrived early, I wasn't being efficient with my time. So I digitized my hot warm list. So obviously buyers and listings, these are who I have under contract currently. Then I have a warm and hot list. What I like about Notability is, and what I don't love about my whiteboards, is I have to erase my whiteboards and then write it on the next one. What's great about this is there's a lasso tool in Notability, so I can just circle it and I can change people from warm to hot or even down to my cold leads. Because what I love about my cold leads, it's really just a dream list of people that are like, hey, I really want blank. So that way, when I have something that comes up, I can go into my cold leads or my dream list. And then I keep track of all like my solds. As you can see, it's not pretty. This is also if just a to-do area. And then I keep track of my previous solds as well, just from the previous year. And I think that's all that I keep track of. And then I just have an extra space for notes or ideas or anything else. It really can allow you to do whatever you want. I also copied the move score template from Ninja, and I have this in my hot warm list. So those days that I'm having a little trouble with my inspiration, I'll go through and be like, oh, okay, what do I have? And then redo it. Then finally, I then go into my calendar. So what I did for my Ninja calendar is I bought the unbounded Ninja calendar and then scanned it in. And what that allows me to do is I then take it by month. So this is my November calendar. I am very color coordinated person. So orange in my world just means, hey, this is a meeting. Blue are like my to-do list or things I need to do. This works for me. Obviously, November was a little rough for me, so don't judge. I don't do the forward and record ones because there's really no way for me to track it. I do it in my head. I'm working on a new system for that. So if you have one, I would love to hear it. But these are all of the calendars for every month, just on the left-hand side. And then one of the things that I really, really love that I have is my client section. So what's great is I have everything in Google Drive, so I can download any of my templates from Google Drive, and then they're all here. So anything that I do, so for instance, this is one of my clients. This is the file name. I'm using them, they're my in-laws, so they won't mind. But this is how I fill out like my marketing checklist that I showed you earlier. These are general notes that I have anytime. I just had it printed. So anytime that I have it printed, my iPad was actually having issues that day. So I just printed it out. But what I then do is I take a picture of it and then upload it so that I have all of it here. This is the Ninja checklist. In the previous buying consultation, you have this one and my new one. So if that works for you as well. But then everything's here and I never have to worry about, oh, okay, what do I have to do next? Or here's my selling checklist that I created a little bit ago. Lot next door, this was someone that needed help. They were trying to purchase the lot next to their home. So these were notes that I gathered for them, and then I was able to just send it off to them. What I also love about Notability is you can send them a link. So it also turns into kind of a Google Drive, so I can email it to them. If you haven't seen Notability and you're looking for a cross between old school and new school, I highly recommend this. Also, someone out of Colorado told me that you can purchase tips on the iPad pen that makes it feel more like paper. And so I purchased that about 6 months ago, and it's true. It's not as loud, which I love, because when I'm on a plane, I always felt bad because you'd hear click, 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 click. But the new tip of the pen, it feels like a pencil, and then it doesn't make any noise. So this is something that I use on a daily basis. Let me know if there's any questions that you have, or if you want any of my templates. And I hope it helps you as much as it's helped me.